Thank you, Ryan. Economists from the University of Florida released the estimate of agricultural losses statewide from Hurricane Ian. And in the estimates, the Florida citrus industry lost nearly $250 million.
Yeah, but how does that loss in our state's citrus impact your wallet? Well, Fox 4 meteorologist Andrew Shipley is live with us tonight answering that question. And Andrew, you spoke with a local grower on what this could mean for us on our next trip to the grocery store.
Yeah, absolutely. And citrus is a staple here of Florida's culture. It's only a $6.7 billion industry for the state now in the wake of Hurricane Ian and Nicole this past fall, plus a major freeze last January and the ongoing citrus greening disease. The industry's been hard hit.
Growers are struggling to stay in business, to keep their employees employed, and getting the trees to recover is going to be expensive.
Ron Mahan is the vice president CFO of Tamiami Citrus. He's seen firsthand how the citrus industry is dealing with multiple avenues of stress over the last few years. Mahan says Hurricane Ian only added to the ongoing stress of the industry.
Hurricane Ian was big and moved slow. It touched a lot of groves.
Ian's wind and rain not only uprooted trees, but blew off leaves and valuable fruit.
So while we lost half of our fruit, in some cases more, and in some cases less, the trees were in the process of creating that fruit, or putting energy into the fruit. So even though we might have 50% of our fruit left, that 50% won't have as good of a juice content.
Mahan explains the loss of juice content is because the trees were forced to put energy into repairs that it would have put into the fruit. That means loss of income to growers.
We'll lose money from just the loss of the fruit that got blown off, but we'll also won't get as much money for the fruit that we have left.
And that loss of income, Mahan said, will likely be felt next season as well, as trees focused on repairs this past winter instead of storing energy for this year's crop.
I think what we'll see is particularly with a lot of younger trees, because they will have suffered a lot of stress, is that next year's crop will be negatively impacted by the effects of Hurricane Ian.
And as costs go up for citrus growers, Mahan says you'll likely see that reflected in the grocery store, with citrus growers in the U.S. not able to keep up with demand.
Orange juice prices, retail prices, based on AC Nielsen data that I've seen recently, they were at all time. We've never been this high.
And Mahan tells me that the Florida citrus growers do take insurance on crop losses, but it's not enough to cover the total loss that we currently experience. He also adds that most of the groves can't afford that coverage at the highest level. Now, Mahan also says that the citrus industry needs block grant assistance, similar to what they had after Irma, to get by. In studio, meteorologist Andrew Shipley, Fox 4.